What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from Ab Stupid Studios. We're at the bottom of the hour. We got done talking some South Carolina Gamecock football. Good old fashioned double cross in the SEC. Mr. Shane Beamer has beef with James Coley, the guy he bought in as a wide receivers coach who bailed on him and went to Georgia. Had a lot of choice things to say about him at a press conference that turned very personal, very ugly, very fast. All right, so gonna go ahead and move from the SEC to the ACC, talking about some Georgia Tech football. Yellow Jackets, Atlanta GA, stand up. So this is coming out of Football Scoop and Doug Samuels, former Georgia State offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Trent Mcknight is headed to Atlanta as the new receivers coach for the Yellow Jackets. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Mr. Trent Mcknight. And we got money. Trent Mcknight spent his past 7 seasons as a part of the Georgia staff, earning promotions to the offensive coordinator spot prior to 2020, a Broyles Award nominee. During that season, Mcknight previously coached the Panthers wide receivers for the first 5 seasons of being with the club. Now, last year, when it comes to Georgia Tech, they were 5-3 in the conference, 7-6 overall, 3-3 at home, and 3-2 on the road. Now, coming back is the quarterback Haynes King. He didn't have a bad season. The guy was 2,842 yards with 27 touchdowns and 737 rushing yards on the ground. Again, not the world's worst, but not the world's best either. So he could use some tutelage and some retooling for sure. Georgia Tech has the 46th ranked recruiting class. And is that enough in the ACC? I mean, they have 1 4-star kid, they have 12 3-star kids, and 10 signed letters of intent. So, like I said, good for them. A lot of the kids are already enrolled in the program, and locking that many kids down shows that they have a commitment to building a new culture in Yellow Jacket football. And like I said, it's got to start somewhere. Some key transfers into the program. That's going to be Aoe Tafasi, and he's the defensive lineman from FSU. You got EJ Lighty, and he is the linebacker from Georgia. Defensive lineman Jack Barton. You've got Warren Brussell, the cornerback from Tennessee, and Jackson Hamilton, the linebacker from Louisville. And those stood out to me. When I was looking over the roster. But something else stood out to me when I looked at Georgia Tech. And I'll come back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show and just let you know what that was. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy. Planet Fitness, this is a judgment-free zone. Download the app and visit your good folks at the local Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is a judgment-free zone, $10 a month. Use any of the machines. Also, you can get trainers and different amenities at Planet Fitness. Big fitness energy. Okay, so we were talking when we left before the 20-second commercial break. We were talking about the things that stood out with the Georgia Tech football team. And now we want to go ahead and also shine a light on some things that stood out adjacent from the transfers coming to town. This would be the offensive rank of the Georgia Tech football team. They were ranked 35th in offense. That's actually good. That's not the world's best by any stretch of the imagination. But that's not the world's worst either. That's actually pretty good for Georgia Tech. They have the ability to put up points. The problem is they can't stop anybody. They're ranked 101 in defense, and that was last year. So I don't care how many points that you're going to put on the board, you have to stop somebody at some point. And then when you look at the schedule, there's a lot of confusing things on the schedule. The first thing that stood out to me was FSU. They opened the season against Florida State. So off the top, Ayo Tafasi, he's the transfer, the defensive lineman for FSU. He plays now for Georgia Tech. However, instead of putting that game somewhere in the States where fans would get the most out of it, this game is somehow in Ireland. This game is in Ireland. Doesn't make any sense at all. Why? There's not even a fan base to go ahead and stick them in Ireland. That's just confusing. I mean, I can see why Notre Dame would be in Ireland, but FSU and Georgia Tech? Just, I don't know. It's hard. And then on the schedule after they get back from Ireland, they play Georgia Tech on August the 31st. I mean, Georgia State. And that's Trent Mcknight's. That's his former employer. I don't think it's any bad blood because, it wasn't like they hired him and then he went home and inked another deal with somebody. But, okay. VMI, and then they play Louisville September the 21st. That is in Louisville at L&N Stadium. And then Jackson Hamilton. So some of these games that they have on the schedule, they're direct at some of the people who left programs to join the Yellow Jackets. I mean, had they put some distance between these guys, I don't think that it would be that dire, but I mean, this is immediate. Nobody knows what Syracuse is going to look like. Louisville, the runner-up, obviously, in the ACC championship game. The defending ACC champions, Florida State, you get them first. Just a gauntlet. Nobody knows what Duke is going to look like. Notre Dame is dead serious this year. Miami is a rough game as well. North Carolina, they're usually middle of the road. They're strong. But Georgia Tech did itself no favors. Georgia Tech did themselves no favors. A good thing that they can actually improve on would be the offense. I mean, you were 35th last year. Can you get down to 25th this year? Maybe. But you definitely got to do something about defense. You being ranked 101 in defense, that's not going to cut it. You need to at least get down to 65th or something. That would be an admirable goal. If you could get down to 65th from 101, that shows that you're dead serious by leaps and by bounds. And with the guys who are transferring in, that looks like that's what you were doing, is trying to improve on that side of the ball. I get it. But when there's so many leaks that you have to start somewhere and improve on that and then gradually fix the other side of the ball, you're going to have to learn how to walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. But I could be wrong. Yellow Jackets, let me know how you feel. Going to keep on rocking with more show. Going to talk some Michigan basketball when we get back. This is Big Vern at App Stupid.